I got to college, I was listening to a lot of different music and had found myself spending a lot of time with hip hop. And I was like, man, this is so awesome. And there's so much freedom.
xRhythms.
In your experience, in your listening experience, like back from your alt days, your folk days, to what you're writing now, how important is it to tell those stories in your music?
I mean, just personally, like with my own faith, I have very much felt like those are, like songwriting is a space where I feel like God meets me. In my like personal relationship with God, I think that those are the moments where I maybe feel like I'm able to be my most honest self. Like my wife could tell you, I'm definitely a talker. I have no problem talking about my feelings. But there's something about having to fit everything that you're thinking about into like a 3-minute song. That kind of like, I don't know, those boundaries, I guess, and the need to like rhyme things and make it fun and catchy and melodic, to put your feelings and things into that format. God's just been really faithful to like help me in that, to work through some stuff that I've been going through. And
what you write is very personal, and from what I'm hearing is a lot of the time between you and God, and definitely within that faith space. Are there any examples you can think of from outside your own writing, like other bands, other hip-hop artists?
Oh yeah.
Can you give a couple of examples and why that sticks?
I was really, really influenced by Switchfoot and John Foreman all growing up, and I still am. They just put out a new album on Friday, and I was listening through it, like reading lyrics and stuff. And I think John Foreman was like the first person that I really liked, that he wrote songs that were like super honest about his life and his faith, but that weren't necessarily like you're gonna sing it on Sunday in church. I listen to a lot of music, mainstream and Christian now, but back in the day I was like only listening to Christian music. So Andy Mineo and Lecrae were really impactful for me in high school and in college.
So I have this one question that I ask every single person that I interview, and it's the time machine question. You get blessed with a time machine, and you get to go back 10 years and give yourself from 10 years ago a single piece of advice. What is that piece of advice?
I think it would be patient. You know, I'm in this spot now where I'm 28 and I'm still doing the side hustle thing. Like music is still not my full-time job, and sometimes that's really tough because it feels like I feel like I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. At least for this season of my life, this feels like the direction I'm supposed to go in, and feels like there's momentum. There's a good team around me. I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about it. And it's just not paying the bills. And so that's the sort of thing that like, I've wanted that for a really long time. And if I had like an extra spare second as the time machine was like whisking me away, I would say like, and trust your wife because she's awesome. And I guess I would have been 18 if it was 10 years ago, so I wouldn't have met her yet. But my wife has been a huge supporter through this whole journey, and she's really smart. So there are times that I can get really worked up about something, and she'll have had the right answer that I needed to hear like hours ago, and I just like wasn't ready to hear it. So
that's awesome. That's absolutely incredible. Well, Isaac, thank you so much for talking to me today. And before we go, tell everyone at home where they can find you on the internet.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. This has been a blast. Again, I'm Peabod. You can search Peabod on YouTube, and a bunch of videos will pop up. Some of them might be of the old cartoon Mr. Peabody and Sherman. That's not me. I'm not a talking dog. But you can find me on socials, just at Peabod Raps. That's the same across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that good stuff. So, yeah, come hang out.
Awesome. Thanks again, Isaac. And for you guys at home, thanks for watching, and until next time.